Hi, Pastor Steve here. I want to thank you for listening today, and I want to encourage you because I know that God will truly bless you as you study His Word. So hey, let's get started.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Dunn.
And I'm Cindy Colwell Dunn.
And today we want to share another devotional from our study of the Psalms. All the songs contained in the 150 Psalms are a guide for us in how to interact with the God of the universe. They contain such an incredible range of emotions, from praise to honor to despair to desperation. They evoke scenes of pastoral beauty to natural disasters and encourage us to shout God's praises as well as to draw near and listen to Him. Cindy serves as the director of music therapy at KU and often works with patients in the KU Cancer Center. Why don't you tell them about some of the work that you do?
Sure. I work in the outpatient oncology suites with patients when they're undergoing chemotherapy. Understandably, many of these patients experience challenges with pain, cancer-related fatigue, mood shifts, and anxiety, all impacted by the disease, treatment effects, or various life challenges related to the cancer diagnosis. We have found in our research that music-based interventions that target opportunities for emotional expression can have an effect on these challenges. So we use two primary intervention types, one of which is patient-created chants with opportunities for instrumental improvisation. We also often include caregivers who come with the patient to their treatment to play various instrumental parts such as djembe hand drums or egg shakers. The patient is given the framework for a fill-in-the-blank chant where they add some of their own text that is personal to their cancer journey. The first two lines of the chant express feelings associated with the initial diagnosis, focusing on those emotions, while the second two lines of the chants are focused on the future, hope, and trust.
Just as a music therapist helps someone regulate and express their emotions, we see the psalmist using songs to express feelings of hopelessness, abandonment, and weakness. Let's first look at Psalm 88. O Lord, the God who saves me, day and night I cry out before you. May my prayer come before you. Turn your ear to my cry. For my soul is full of trouble, and my life draws near the grave. I am counted among those who go down to the pit. I am like a man without strength. I am set apart with the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, who are cut off from your care. You have put me in the lowest pit, in the darkest depth. Your wrath lies heavily upon me, and have overwhelmed me with all your waves. You have taken from me my closest friends, and have made me repulsive to them. I am confined and cannot escape. My eyes are dim with grief. I call to you, O Lord, every day. I spread out my hands to you. Do you show the wonders to the dead? Do those who are dead rise up and praise you? Is your love declared to the grave? Your faithfulness in destruction? Are your wonders known in the place of darkness? Or your righteous deeds in the land of oblivion? But I cry to you for help, O Lord. In the morning my cry comes before you. Why, O Lord, do you reject me and hide your face from me? From my youth I have been afflicted and close to death. I have suffered your terrors and am in despair. Your wrath has swept over me. Your terrors have destroyed me. All day long they surround me like a flood. They have completely engulfed me. You have taken my companions and loved ones from me. The darkness is my closest friend. This has to be one of the darkest psalms. Phrases such as overwhelmed with troubles, set apart with the dead, and cut off from your care describe how we feel sometimes when we are no longer in God's presence. We don't feel His presence around us. Our bouts with feeling lone, targeted, abandoned, trapped are all included here. When we call out to God and await His answers, we start to question, why do you reject me and hide your face from me? Becoming completely engulfed in terror, in our despair, the psalm ends, "Darkness is my closest friend." But even in this unrelenting, somber, and bitter plea, the first words of the psalm linger. "Lord, you are the God who saves me." A prayer during a time of physical illness is what we encounter in Psalm 6. Why don't you read that for us?
O Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger, or discipline me in your wrath. Be merciful to me, Lord, for I am faint. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are in agony. My soul is in anguish. How long, O Lord, how long? Turn, O Lord, and deliver me. Save me because of your unfailing love. No one remembers you when he is dead. Who praises you from the grave? I am worn out from groaning. All night long I flood my bed with weeping and drench my couch with tears. My eyes grow weak with sorrow. They fail me because of all my foes. Away from me, all you who do evil, for the Lord has heard my weeping. The Lord has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord accepts my prayer. All my enemies will be ashamed and dismayed. They will turn back in sudden disgrace.
The anguish and the weariness comes pouring through in these words. The physical symptoms, such as feeling faint and aching bones, that leads to weeping and eyes grown too weary. The only hope is to cry out to God. In verse 9 we read, "The Lord accepts my prayer." God will vanquish our enemies. Moving over to Psalm 13, this is what we find.
How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and every day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer, O Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. My enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord, for he has been good to me.
The questions asked of God at the beginning of this psalm are the same ones that we ask today when we're facing difficult troubles. How long will you abandon me? How long do I have to deal with this? How long will my enemy succeed against me? The answer is found in the final two verses, trusting in God's love, rejoicing in his salvation, and singing his praises. And just as these songs provided a form of music therapy 3,000 years ago, so we continue to call out to God in our times of sickness and trouble today. Here's Cindy with an example of just such a text from the Cancer Center.
A cancer diagnosis made me feel angry. The greatest fear I had was leaving my kids. I choose to believe my cancer will be gone. My life is complete, and I trust God's will.
This is just another example of how we can still find ourselves in God's story. When we face trials and difficulties, we turn to the same modes of expression as God's people did in ancient times. And he welcomes our cries. He wants us to turn to him in times where we feel sick, alone, or trapped. And like the ancient writer, find your answers in God's love and salvation, which is now obtained through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Truly, this is something for which we should sing praise to God. Have a great week.
Thanks again for listening today. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like more information about our church, or if you just want to share what God's been doing in your life, drop us a line. Give us a call. Again, may God bless you.